Hi guys, today in this video I'm going to go over how to draw out the skateboard, just the deck, not the wheels. I know you see the wheels on here, but I'm not actually going to do the wheels on this video. I'm going to show you how to do the skateboard deck if you have 12 by 18 inch paper. So this would really be if you were in my classroom and Miss Joyce was able to give you the 12 by 18 inch paper. I have another video on how to use computer paper at your house to make the skateboard project also. So if you are at your home and you're using computer paper, you're gonna need to watch that video, not this video. Then if you would like to add wheels to your skateboard deck, that's gonna be on a separate video also. It is not a requirement to add wheels. You can just do the skateboard deck if you would like. Wheels are optional. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna need a ruler, you're gonna need a pencil, and you're gonna need the 12 by 18 inch paper. Now, it's almost gonna look like a giant Band-Aid when you're done unless you add the wheels, which is totally up to you. All right, so I'm gonna go to my clean sheet of paper and I'm gonna use my ruler and I'll start on this left side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I know you can't see quite the whole thing, but it's here. I'm gonna take my ruler, my 12-inch ruler, and I'm gonna lay it on the table right up against my piece of paper. And I'm gonna make a mark at two measurements here. And those two measurements are 3.5 inches. So I'm gonna find the 3, I'm gonna find the 4, and that long line in the middle between 3 and 4, I'm gonna make a mark against the edge of the paper. So this is 3.5 inches, and I'm even gonna write that for you right here, 3.5 inches in case you're confused. All right, I'm not gonna move my ruler. It's still on the table. It's lined up at the side of the paper. I'm gonna come down here to 8.5 inches. So what I do is I find my 8, I find my 9, and the long line in the middle, I'm gonna make a mark right there against the edge of the paper, and I'm gonna write it down here for you, 8.5 inches. If you need to pause this video at any time so that you can get it right, go ahead and pause the video. So I have a mark at 3.5, I have a mark at 8.5, and I didn't move my ruler. Okay, I'm gonna come maybe about halfway across the paper. It doesn't have to be exact. That's not really important. And I'm gonna put my ruler, I'm gonna line it up at the top and I'm gonna line it up at the bottom. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna make a mark at 3.5, which is the long line, sorry, in between 3 and 4. So here's 3.5. And then I'm gonna make a mark at 8.5, which is the long line. Oops, I don't wanna write inside of it. Which is the long line between 8 and 9, so 8.5 inches. Now, you do not need to write these measurements on your paper. The only reason I'm writing this is because I'm doing a demo video. You don't really want to write these measurements on your paper. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my paper and I'm gonna go all the way to the right side. I'm gonna line my ruler up with the top and the bottom. And I'm gonna put my ruler almost to the edge of the paper, but not quite to the edge, okay? And I'm gonna make a mark at 3.5. Oops, sorry, that's at 3. Don't do that. Gotta double check yourself. Make a mark at 3.5 and a mark at 8.5. Okay, so I'll write this on here again, 3.5, 8.5. All right, now I got 3 sets of marks on the paper. I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna connect them. Personally, I think it's easier to turn your paper vertically and connect those marks together. So I put my ruler on the top mark, and then I'm gonna put it on the middle mark and connect them. Move it over, put my ruler on the top mark, put my ruler on the middle mark, connect them, okay? Scooch my paper up, put my ruler on the middle mark and the bottom mark and connect those together. And same thing on this side. So what I basically have is, now I have lines that go across my paper and it should be even. If it looks slightly off, that's fine, but if it's majorly off, you need to go back and recheck your measurements because honestly, something is probably like off. Now, I want to go ahead and I'm going to try to make this curved part of the skateboard. And all it is it's just an arc that I drew. Now, this may take you a couple tries, so I would draw it really light so that you don't have to have a bajillion eraser marks. So to do this, I'm going to turn my paper a little bit, and there's no really place that you have to start. And if they look a little bit different, that's fine. Remember, you're going to do this lightly. I'm doing it a little bit harder so that you can see it. Okay, so I've got kind of my arc. It's a little uneven, but it's not too bad. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. Let me see if my projector will pick it up. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw an arc on the other side. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, then once I have that done, I'm going to take my eraser and pretend that these 8.5 things aren't here. I'm going to erase to the edge of the paper. And once that's done, you can kind of look at the corner. And if it's like too sharp, you can always smooth it out a little bit. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to erase the lines that go to the edge of the paper. And right now I have on my 12 by 18 sheet of paper, I have the skateboard deck. Now, if you want to add wheels, there is another video to add wheels. So you can watch that if you are wanting wheels. That's all for now.